Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. As always, your host Papatello bringing you news coverage and all that good stuff from above. Much love to you, by the way. As you can see, the hair right now is a little fizzy because I came out of my tomb like Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I was all in deep REM sleep until somebody opened my lid, and then out came a Dracula, out came a vampire, so to say. It's not even Halloween month, but I'm just looking forward to the season already. However, settle down. Editor looking mean, clean, like a green machine right now. I love this guy. Much love to him. And it is just a good day today. A good day to feel blessed. I'm testing out some new things with my microphone right now. Some filters in the background. So forgive me if you hear any background audio or anything like that. We're trying to see the sweet spot on making sure stuff works. However, though, we got a lot of things to discuss today, and more importantly, I gotta talk about what's going on with the OCE player base because I stream late at night. And by the way, selfish plug, by the way, hello Jay Tello, Twitch TV Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Much love to you. Come over and swing on by, say hi. But yeah, we stream over there. But I get a lot of people from all across the world that watch my stream. South America, EU, OCE players, everything, right? And they told me last night that we're getting kind of screwed right now by Blizzard. And I looked more into it, and they really are. It's kind of crazy what's going on with them right now. So for those who live under a rock on the US side, obviously we're just going to Crusader Strike, right? Everything's kind of okay with us, but at the same time, the server transfers have been kind of ass. People have been making comments on forum posts about this too. Even I put a tweet out saying, hey, like, I've been kind of in this loop of transferring to Crusader Strike. It's like a bug, Lua error. I'm seeing like error encounters on the cogwheel. I know some guild members of mine, they reported the same thing as well. So it's a bit of like a little scuff situation right now. I'm sure they're fixing it on Blizzard's end, right? But for OCE players, they are basically getting the shit end of the stick. And what do I mean by that? So, free character transfers were available on Season of Discovery for the Wildhead website, right? And they showed that this is going down, it's live. And then Blizzard put a blue post basically saying, which I'm going to read the important parts of the blue post, and we'll break this down. I don't want to read the other RP part because, like, who cares about that? Basically, lastly, we have, however, held off opening to OCE to US transfers at this time, as feedback was strongly mixed on this topic, trending more towards negative than positive, which was really negative in the comments. It really was. And, unfortunately, we do not have any other technical solutions that are supported in Classic to allow more dynamic cross-region play between OCE and US, so if and when this move comes, it will be all or nothing. On this particular topic, we would welcome further discourse. There's no wrong or right answer, so it's very helpful to see a wider range of players' thoughts. Now, boy, did they get a lot of wider range players' thoughts, because people in the comments section right now are burning the Blizzard headquarters down to the flames of Mordor. It is bad, okay? It is bad right now. People are pissed off on the OCE side. Players don't want to stay on penance. They want to be able to have the option to either go somewhere else, whether it's either Wildgrove or go to, basically US server or some other option or alternative. They don't want to go to Shoutout Strike because I think Shoutout Strike, if I am correct from what I heard, is PvP players, right? And, it is a big PvP player base, at least, well, not super big, but just, from the AU side of things, or the OCE side of things, a bigger fraction than its Penance player base. And basically, the Shoutout Strike players, some Shoutout Strike players don't even want to stay on Shoutout Strike. They want to have options as well. So it's very limited options what's going on with them right now. And the players in the comments, which I'll show screenshots here, they are pissed off. They have every right to be annoyed, right? As a player who's been playing World of Warcraft for a long time, if I got screwed over like that, anything over here in the US end, I would be annoyed as well. And the US players, we would be just as mad. So I understand their frustration, and I get why they're mad. And I'm here to give a voice to the voiceless because they're not being heard. So I will make sure I will voice it out on YouTube for people to listen. And hopefully any Blizzard developers that watch my video, please, check out on this because it's really going down over there in the comments section, especially on Wildhead right now. I'm sure other posts on Reddit and other, forms of social media, it's going over there as far as, their concerns, right? Now, obviously, later through the day, I was doing my thing. I was, doing some stuff on retail, pushing keys and stuff. And then I saw that on Twitter, Tom Ellis put a post out about the latest thoughts on OCE SAW transfers. So I was like, all right, great. It looks like they're kind of chiming in a little bit more on this. This is really good information. And basically, in the blue post here, this is from Blizzard's words. This is a lot to discuss, so forgive me if I stutter. You guys know how I am sometimes. My speech is not always great. But basically, they said, this is sadly one of the options that is not possible. We know you have the technology, yes we do. It's utilizing modern World of Warcraft sharding infrastructure. Unfortunately, a lot of changes made to support vanilla-like gameplay with classic World of Warcraft's launch changed a lot of functionality to recreate realm-based ecosystems. Basically, they said, being completely transparent with you, it is an insurmountable amount of code changes to make SOD to be able to support cross-region style sharding. It sounds like it should be easy because Modern already does it, but that code doesn't exist in Classic, and has actively been developed around to make some Classic content work. It's basically a huge amount of interconnected code to unravel beyond what we have engineering support for right now. Long-term note, we are absolutely talking about making changes to this to better support how classic flavors WoW are actually utilized by you, the players. But that doesn't help the conversation. As far as the larger topic, our options are few, but we'll share some of the things that are on the cards for OCE for you to offer thoughts and feedback on. For one, Penance FCMs open to Wild Growth. This will lead to either lots of players or a lot more ping, and doesn't address Shadow Strike. Convert Shadow Strike for number 2 into a PvE realm, opening FCMs from Penance to Shadow Strike. A, Penance is a very small realm, this doesn't move the meter much, and B, does this upset more people than it pleases? It's also a temporary solution. The OCE player base is a fraction of the US SOD, and will you remain happy with the numbers? And finally, 3, open FCM both AU realms to corresponding US realms. People can choose to stay or go. This option almost certainly kills AU realms. Well, it does kill the realms. As it splits an already small player base, you'll be forced to move if you want to play with anyone. All of the options, they are leaning towards option 1 for now. Shadow Strike is still significantly healthier realm than Penance, but Shadow Strike is still 10% of the size of Crusader Strike, hence our desire to merge. Overall, please understand we absolutely appreciate that this is a great place to be in. It is for a similar reason that with our seasonal realms, we do not do the usual full suite of language-specific realms in Europe. It is, however, a more problematic problem in AU, as the alternative is a significantly higher ping to US-based hardware. Please continue to voice your thoughts. We ultimately have to pick the direction that will upset and please others, but we are parsing your responses and extremely helpful in building a consensus on the best steps forward for OCE players. So that was a lot to basically talk. So let's zoom in. Let's have a little bit of discussion on this, right? Now, why is this a major problem? This is a really concerning problem. And I think that in the future, leading to Classic Plus, this needs to be figured out. Because your player base, it's good that you're obviously having this discussion right now with your player base and being transparent. This is really positive in that limelight, that at least you're talking to the OCE players and giving them options. Because I saw some comments below, even from some OCE players, and they're saying at least they're giving, us option 1 and 3 to be considered. They're leaning more towards option 1 for the character migrations to Wild Growth, and you're going to get a lot more ping, but it still doesn't, address the Shadow Strike players, and maybe they'll just leave Shadow Strike on their own, to do their thing over there, right, and have support just for Shadow Strike. But this is concerning for players even on Shadow Strike that just want to leave off as well. They don't want to stay on Shadow Strike. Maybe they want to go somewhere else. So I think what you need to do, Blizzard personally, is give them all the options. If you can, if it's possible. Give them the options to transfer to the US. Give them the options to, transfer to Shadow Strike if they want to. Or just even give them the options to go to Wild Growth, I think, honestly, giving them at least a good list of options rather than one limiting option is a better solution here. Because, honestly, even players on the US end, right? This is for my US players right here. Some players don't want to stay on Crusader Strike. They don't like the PvP on Season of Discovery. They think it's ass. And I understand that. They want to go to Wild Growth. And I feel for them. They don't want to be griefed constantly. They're tired of it. So, imagine playing on an OCE end and being limited to, only one particular option, and it's not even a good option for you. Obviously they deal with, a lot of ping issues when they have to play on US servers as well, right? So it's not a good look right now for OCE player base when it comes to in support of Blizzard World of Warcraft, Classic WoW right now. I think, honestly, they even admit it in the lines of text here that they don't have the engineer support to work and decipher this code. You have to understand something too. Classic Season of Discovery is on the same exact, realm and server and how they have everything set up as Classic Era. They are both interconnected. So anything that changes on SOD, if there's ever a mistake on Season of Discovery and it leaks into Classic Era, that's because they're both on the same damn server. They're both on the same damn realm. They're connected. Then instead of here's Classic Era. Let's say it's a rock, right? Let's say this rock is cracking. Instead of trying to, mold it or fix it or maybe, work on a new rock, they decided to put a Band-Aid around it, and that's Season of Discovery, right? That's Season of Discovery over Classic Era, and they are both attached to each other. It's a temporary problem to a much-needed, figured-out solution in the future. And that's why things like, for example, Divine Steed with Paladins, it slipped over into Classic era, because they are connected. So I think, honestly, they need to get more engineers involved if they're hiring people. I don't know what's going on over there. I can't speak for the economics and the back end of Blizzard's development team, but this is a big situation that needs to come to some type of solution here in the future, sooner than later, because that code on the Classic era is very old code, is what I meant to say. And imagine spending hours on end as a person being looking through all these strict parameters and lines of code and trying to figure out all these different strings to figure out what you can edit, what you can't edit, what can we take out and implement to, probably improve upon this. It's very hard. It's from old work, from old developers that used to work there, and you got these new people that are coming in, and trying to solve this is probably a headache. Anytime you have to deal with somebody else's work and it's not work you're used to, it becomes a big project and something to work on for a long time. So I gotta, hope the best for Blizzard at this point, if they come to some type of modern solution for this problem relatively sooner than later, because this is really worrying for even Classic Plus in the future, where I don't want Classic Plus to have to sit on the same client as Classic Era, and then it's just going to be a major shit show once again. I hope that's not the case and they come to some type of solution, because like they said, they have the sharding infrastructure in retail WoW. They have the availability for people on retail where you can play cross realms, right? And it doesn't matter where you're at, you can play with each other. If they can only implement that within, figuring out the coding problem over there on how to separate Classic Era from SOD, and then eventually Classic Plus from Classic Era, right? And then implement their sharding tech into the new version of Classic Plus down the line. That's something that I'm really hoping for in the future, so we can avoid a lot of these problems when it comes to, the sharding technology, when it comes to the coding on the back end support, when it comes to server latency and ping, and obviously cross-realm player bases, and making sure that, we never have these problems with OCE issues again. We never have problems where people are limited and they can't feel the freedom to transfer off a server if they don't want to be on a certain server. Like obviously US is, right now we're given the option to go to Crusader Strike, because if you stay on Living Flame right now where I'm at, you're basically going to be on a dead server. It's not going to be worth it. And honestly, I really hope for the future Blizzard decides to basically work on this and, keep open book with us when it comes to, what's going on in terms of them improving their tech and stuff like that. I'm really, fascinated about that kind of stuff. That's stuff that interests me a lot when it comes to looking at the back end of World of Warcraft and seeing how they're going to handle stuff for the future. So I'm giving a voice to you guys for OCE players. I really hope the best for you. Much love. That's all I can really comment on for today's video, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, that these players really are kind of getting the shit end of the stick, and it sucks. So it is what it is. That's all I can say, and I hope the best for you at that point. Keep on keeping on, shine on, all that good stuff, amigos. Much love to you, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. 1 second. Yeah, this is Fat Thor, by the way. Basically, I don't know why I got this figure. I just got it at the time. He's just a simple dude. He likes to drink, he likes to sip, and he likes to chill. He's kind of like me in a way. Just macking, alright? Rubbing baby oil all over my chest. Cut the video. Cut the damn video!